For centuries, Albania has been a country under foreign domination. In recent history, the Turks, then the Communists, have forced their ideologies and culture on the Albanian people. With the collapse of the Soviet Empire, independence brought other challenges. An economy that was rocked by a deceptive get-rich-quick scheme, and a civil war in nearby Kosovo that threatened to spill over into Albania. These events have had a profound effect on the way Albanians look at themselves and the future. In many ways, economic, political, and even in the areas of religion, Albanians have been a people looking for a message of hope.
Where the people of Kosovo and Albania are today is that they're having a very difficult time to really come to grips with how do you forgive people who have harmed you. For instance, in Kosovo, with the war that they've had, we've had people say to us, sit in their homes and they say, but Jim, tell us how to forgive people like the Serbs, where they have burnt our homes, they have raped our wives, our daughters, they have killed our parents, they have slaughtered our children. How do you forgive? And it's not trying to put me on the spot for an answer, but they are desperately trying to find a way to stop this cycle of revenge and to be able to come to a place that they can forgive, and it brings peace. One family that we were sharing with, an eye doctor, Dr. Safiri, had asked us this question, and you could tell it was a cry from his heart, you know. And we had the privilege to share with him of how that forgiveness really is more for his own benefit than it is for the person who harmed him, and that where he can forgive willfully and truthfully, that it brings to him the healing. It heals him of the bitterness, the anger, the hatred, that which then would cause him to try to get revenge. And as we were talking there, my wife shared with them, saying, you know, so that you can have a model of how forgiveness is carried out, we would like if you would read the life of Christ in the Gospels of Matthew, and see how Christ, after the way he was treated by evil men, and even while he hung on the cross, how he forgave. There has been great joy to be able to share with these people the forgiveness that comes through Jesus Christ. And as they can experience his forgiveness, then they are able to turn to those who have harmed them and be able to forgive them.
The second time that Jim had gone up to Kosovo, and one of our Kosovar friends that we had befriended and helped during their time of evacuation and refugees, being a refugee in Albania, Jim had taken their family back to Kosovo after the war, and this man took Jim to a village where he had been born, and they went around and saw how many homes were destroyed and the utter destruction. And this man that Jim had already spoken to about forgiveness as being the only way forward for the problems in the Balkans, turned to Jim and said, "Now Jimmy, you have now seen what the Serbs have done to us. You have seen the destruction. Now what do you say to us?" And with tears in his eyes, Jim said, "Well, Adam, the only thing I can say is what Christ has said, forgiveness. That's the only way forward." And as we have watched Adam and his family over the past year and a half, as we have worked with them, making trips every month up into Kosovo to keep contact with them until we could get the team up there. And as he has gone with us to other families and we've talked about forgiveness, and he just sits there and nods his head, agreeing that that is the way forward. But we must say that there are many, many people that have not come to the place where they have it within themselves to even begin to work through the anger and the resentment and the bitterness that they harbor. Rebuilding houses and rebuilding industries and giving people new skills that we are trying to do is not the real answer to the deep problems of their life, and we know that. And so not only are we offering training and different skills to help them rebuild their life, but our real purpose is to help them rebuild their inner being so that they can face life.
We're excited with what has taken place in Albania. We are real thrilled that Gary and Jody Cooper with their son Timon has come back to Albania. They have served there previously as GoNet volunteers, but now they're in Albania as long-term career missionaries. We're excited about that. Recently we have had to vacate the premises that we were having for church services, and we found a new location, and by moving into a new location has opened doors into a new part of the city of Durrës, and we are beginning to see new people come to our church. But then most recently we were able to obtain property and purchase it, and we have finalized all the documents and such. We now own property in Durrës, and anticipating that within the next year to be doing renovations on the building that exists, and developing a ministry center for us in Durrës. And through that, trusting that we can move into new areas, touching new families, new people. We're excited with the people that are in our church. We have a very small congregation in Durrës. We average about 20-25 people on a Sunday. But we have people who really have come to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. They love Him. They are out sharing their faith. They're bringing their friends to church. So we are excited with what the future holds. Now, right now it's small, but I really believe that as people will be faithful to God, God is going to raise up for us Albanians who will become pastors, Sunday school teachers. And one of the things that we have really been emphasizing to our people in Albania is the need for Albanians to become missionary-minded and even to hear God's call upon their own life.
God is the most important thing in my life now. And I pray every night before I go to bed, and I feel something very strong in my heart now. It's something inside now that helps me, that makes me to go on. And I'm so glad that I know God now.
Then with what is happening in Kosovo is just exciting. Kosovo is more open today to the gospel than what Albania is. The people are open to, especially American missionaries. They just love America and have a great appreciation for what America has done for them. So we're really excited, and we are anticipating to see great things take place in the church, both in Albania and Kosovo.
One of the exciting things that's beginning to happen in Albania is the Euro team outreaches that are scheduled for the summertime, and we have young people that are now beginning to be trained, and we're going to break up young people from all the countries where the Wesleyan Church works in Europe, and they are going to be sent out into different countries to do evangelism. We will have some of our young people going to countries like Russia and Croatia, Czech Republic. this summer is going to be exciting times for these young people as they experience for themselves how God can use them to bring other young people to know Jesus Christ.
We believe there's great things ahead for the church in Albania, and we would like to invite as many as possible from America to come out and join and be involved in that ministry and enjoy the excitement of helping these people come to find hope in Jesus Christ.